did the first few months of COVID alone in my studio apartment in Brooklyn, and I remember feeling so jealous of my friends who had partners and even kids to hunker down with. And I know that not everybody with partners and kids had a great pandemic. Like, none of us maybe had a great pandemic, but I remember just telling myself a story that I had made a mistake. Like, I spent too much time in my 20s and early 30s working on my career instead of relationships, and now my punishment was to ride out the world's longest snow day with only red wine and my Legos to keep me warm. And like, I'm exaggerating a little, but in the solitude of it all, I really did have kind of a massive identity confrontation at that time. Because like, what else was there to do but look at our shit? So I came out in 2009 as queer, dating all gender expressions, just living my life. And then a couple years later, I fell into back-to-back relationships with men. And then I was single for a couple years leading up to the pandemic. And I was feeling like an imposter inside of my queerness. And in this pandemic solitude, I was just inside of all these questions, like, is my sexuality defined by who I'm with or by who I am? Related, who am I? You know? Also related, did it not work out with those men because I am just gay? So my pandemic was very like, I'm so lonely, I'm so sad, I'm so gay. And so by 2022, the world's opening back up-ish, and I'm in Livingston Manor with some friends for the week in the summer, and we find out that Brandi Carlile is going to be playing Bethel Woods kind of down the road that weekend. And Brandi Carlile is like an Americana musician, a gay icon, and so I say to my friends, like, hey, what do you think? Should we go to this? And they're like, not really into it. But I'm feeling this tug in my soul, like I'm supposed to be at that concert. So I'm like, okay, well, you guys don't have to go, but I'm gonna go. So I go by myself, and I get there a little early so that I can, tailgate, enjoy myself. And Bethel Woods, if you don't know, is also the site of the Woodstock, festivities. So it's just open air, rolling hills, blue skies. It's a beautiful summer afternoon, and I'm sitting by my car with my can of orange wine, just like surveying the scene. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh my God, there are so many lesbians here. It's like lesbians galore. Like, I've never seen such a high concentration of lesbians in one place. And I have been in a lot of queer spaces, like Theater Kid, I've been to Pride, but this is just like hitting different. And I noticed that I'm feeling this sense of like calm in all of it. So I finish my wine and I go into the concert and I roll out my little blanket and sit down, and the concert starts and I just start sobbing. And it's a little out of character for me. Like, I do cry, I'm available, but I'm just like not a person that is often moved by music. So I think it's the sound of her voice, it's the types of stories she's telling with her music, and it's also the community that she has gathered off stage, but also on stage. She's had this incredible lineup of female-fronted bands opening for her, and so I'm just like having a spiritual reorganization. And they get to the last song of the night, and she brings out a couple of the openers, and they all sing this song called Crowded Table. And it goes like this. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. And that song, like, takes me out. It's this wall of female sound articulating the desires and longings around community that I have been feeling in the most private corners of my heart. So I get back to Brooklyn a couple days later, and I immediately learn how to play the song on the guitar. And I'm like a small M musician, but I figure it out and I start playing it every single morning, like a prayer or a spell that I'm casting each day. And I also play it for anyone who comes into my house. I'm like, could I play you a song? Or if I'm invited to a group hang, I'm like, so are we bringing instruments? Is it like, what kind of hang is this? and I'm playing it for anyone, and sometimes I'm crying and I'm playing, and they're like, you're so available, and I'm like, I know. And so in the midst of all that, my friend KB forwards me an email about this music festival in Mexico that Brandi Carlile puts together with this like all-female lineup. And so KB is like, you're having this queer reawakening. I'm going through a divorce with my wife. Like, we should go to this. And I'm like, I've never been to a music festival. Like, what are we talking about here? But then I'm like, I am in the middle of a queer reawakening. So yes, okay, let's do it, let's go. We rope our friend Emily in, the three of us book our rooms, and we are going to Mexico. And one cool thing about this festival is that it's obviously a bunch of music every day, but there's also like other activities and cool things. And there's this one thing that happens every year at the festival called Brandioke. And what it is, maybe you can guess, it is a set of music played in the afternoon, one of the days of the festival, but it's live band karaoke sung by selected fans, and Brandi and her band are the backup band. It's really cool. Like, she loves her fans. And so people like make videos on their Instagram, post them with a certain hashtag, and then Brandi like allegedly watches all of them and then handpicks like 11 people to do this like set. So before we leave for the festival, Caitlin and Emily come over. We have a couple of drinks, and we figure out 3-part harmonies to Crowded Table, and we post the video on Instagram with the hashtag. And a couple weeks later, we find out that we have been chosen to perform at Brandioke. And so, yeah, like, just to recap. In August, I'm like hearing the song and sobbing, and then like a little while later, I'm learning it on the guitar. And then now, a couple months after that, I'm gonna be singing it on stage with Brandi Carlile. Like, my friends around me are like, what kind of witchcraft is this? And I'm like, yeah, that did escalate quickly. But it's like this sign to me that I'm kind of like right where I'm supposed to be. So we go to this festival, and it is the best. It's also like the experience of all the lesbians at Woodstock, but times 1,000. Like, the campus is just a bunch of hotels along a beach in Mexico, and it's just queers galore. It's groups of friends and wives with their kids, and it's elders, queer elders. I love queer elders. And we're just hearing music all day. Brandi Carlile, Sarah Bareilles, Winona, wait, what's her name? Not Winona Ryder. Who's the other Winona? Winona Judd, thank you. Oh my God, sorry. Winona Ryder was definitely not there. Maybe she was. But we're hearing all the music, we're eating all the food because it's all inclusive, and we're making friends. And it gets to the day of Brandioke, and I think in a lot of moments in my life when something really important and crazy happens, I kind of black out. But for this, it's like the opposite. I like, instead of blacking out, I color in. And I remember the day so well. We are backstage. Also, the stage is on the beach, and the event is hundreds and hundreds of people come out to this because it's one of the festival's most favorite and beloved traditions. So there's almost a little water inlet in front of us, and everybody's floating in their inner tubes with their drinks, or they're along the beach. And we're backstage waiting for our turn because they've put us last because this song is such an anthem. It's like a closer. So I'm, backstage with the microphone in a death grip, just like, please let me remember my low harmonies. And Brandi calls our names, and we come out on stage, and we sing the song. And I'm singing, and they're singing, and Brandi's singing with us. And the whole audience is singing too because everybody knows this song. And eventually, the rest of the people, the other fans who have also been a part of Brandioke, they all come out from backstage to also join us. And so now, it's like the experience of that female wall of sound from Bethel Woods, but it's full circle, and I'm a part of it. And I can just feel the electricity in my bones. I'm off the planet, but then also I am the planet at the same time. And after years of feeling disconnected with the pandemic and lost inside of my queer identity, I am on a stage singing to a lagoon of lesbians, singing a song about community, feeling like I belong. Thank you.
Ciarrocchi.